What is worship? You have to understand that. You know the difference between worship and praise? When God does something in your life, He gives you food, clothes, health, and you come to God and say, God, thank you. And you are praising God for what He did in your life. But you praise God because what He did in your life. Worship is not like that. It's similar, but it's not the same thing. Worship is when you praise God and you say good things about God, not for what He did in your life, but because of what He is. That means that you have to know Him in order to worship Him. Nobody can worship someone that he doesn't know. In order to really worship someone, you have to know the person. You can praise God for what He did, but what He did doesn't matter when it comes to worship. Pay attention on this. Worship has nothing to do what God does in your life. Has all to do what He is. So worship is not something that you do in a moment and you stop. Worship is a state of your own being. You are a worshiper or you're not. That's why I cannot understand when people come to the front of the church and they say, let's start our moments of worshiping. Moments of worshiping. Worship is a decision that you make in your life to decide to become. So it's a state of your being. It's not something that you do for a moment and you stop. It's a state that you are. It's like being pregnant or not. Or you are something or you are not. So you worship God in the way that you write your check, the way that you treat your wife, in the way that you treat your brother, in the way that you come to church. Everything that you do is an act of worship. So Jesus comes to her and say, God's looking for worshipers, but worshipers that worship God in their spirit. They are worshipers. They don't do something to worship God only in a moment. Everything that they do is an act of adoration and worship to God. He's telling you, you got to become this. And when you become this kind of person that knows God so much that you decide to be in love with God, that you are so passionate with God in your life, oh, my friend, then you become a true worshiper. Worshiper that worship God in His spirit and truth.